Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm back and I'm mad.
Hello. This is me. That's Jerry. Hello, people. So, Jerry, how are you?
Fucking magical. How's yourself?
Are you in good company, as I see?
I've got the DLA with me. How about DLA? On the Donald.
Welcome, Dutch Demon Sub, Manda, Tuffy, Crispin, and Rumbly. No, it's not the IRA.
No, Crispin, this is the DLA, which you've been pushing for an independent Donald, which is part Belfast. They've got an ice bowl and everything.
Hey, what? Ice bowl?
Yeah. It's an ice rink with bowling area attached to it. It's the Donald ice bowl. It's really good. Get your own ice bowl, Lisburn. How about the LA?
I bet if Crispin got himself an ice bowl, he would get a golden button.
It's possible. Never say never. Never say never.
The Matt Talk with Matt.
No, just DLA. The Donald Liberation Army.
Oh, why Donald?
Why Donald? It's Donald.
But nothing to do with Donald D. Trump.
No, Donald predates Donald Trump by, I'm going to say, a couple of centuries.
Oh, well, then that's good to hear.
It is. It's nice. Can I congratulate Crispin while I see an American in the chat on another mass shooting? Nowhere else in the world can the head of the police department stand up at a podium and go, don't worry, it wasn't a terrorist attack, it was just a normal mass shooting. That's fucking insane. That is literally what she said.
Yeah.
We checked, it's not a terrorist attack, it's just a regular mass shooting.
Yeah, he won't blow himself up, he just shoots you in the face.
You say that, Crispin, but I've seen the statistics for murders, and apparently Brazil is #1, and they're really happy with that. Like it's a competition. The murder rate in Brazil is just off the fucking charts.
How do they even keep track when people vanish into the jungle?
I think that's mostly, when people do just vanish, then they just get chalked up to experience. If you add up most of the murders in the rest of the world, Brazil still come out on top.
What a wonderful, light-hearted discussion.
Yeah, they've got to make up for something. I mean, after getting fucking reamed 7-1 by Germany in the World Cup, I imagine... yeah, but I imagine they've just gone, look, right, we're never going to get past that.
And I'm pretty sure we used lube.
But hear me out. What if we just aim for a better title? One that nobody will even contemplate taking away from us.
Yeah, and then you have the Americans going, hold my beer.
That's the way to do it.
Pete, welcome to the funny, light-hearted discussion that is your hobbies.
All about it.
Uh,
Coming at you like Cleopatra. INLA. Fuck me. Like 3 people in the INLA. Inbred brothers, probably.
So, what's the first topic of discussion then, apart from...
Well, it's been murder, mostly.
Yeah. First project then?
All right, that's different. That's our first project.
Oh, here we go.
Look at this, coming at you like Cleopatra.
Why is
Or in
that
this case,
not working?
like orcs.
Oh, it's not working. Why is it not working? No, it's working.
I don't know.
Holy shit balls.
Because you touch yourself at night?
Maybe.
Anyway.
Oldhammer walks Orcs and Goblins by Firelock 22.
Yeah, so theoretically, Kings of War. Some of them certainly will be Kings of War because they're multi-based. However, I noticed the orc type fellas are individually based, which means potentially could run them in other games as well. Bless you, COVID boy.
Yeah, I was slowly dying here. I'll just have
It's just the worst.
a little Ricola.
Oh, delightful. Sugar-free, so you can have, 2. Not feel so bad. Or you can hammer a whole packet and be chatting through the eye of a needle for the rest of the
Who
night.
would on purpose eat sugar-free?
I don't know. People.
People are weird.
I'm not sure if we ever had anything except sugar-free Ricola in the store, because I don't think anybody ever bought the regular ones anyway. It's going their terrible, foul, little hard thing.
The regular ones are the best.
So you say. So you say.
I know.
But yeah. No, that was it's fine on mine. I don't know what you've done. Shouldn't have done that. Whatever it was.
Touched the server.
Yep.
In an inappropriate way. Server was screaming.
I bought those trolls when they first came out, and they're currently sitting in one of the cupboards behind me, without their feet attached, and have been that way since they came out. I started assembling them and got bored.
For some reason, I feel these are rather recent trolls. The vomiting one, at least.
12, 14 years.
Well, that's
recent in that respect, yes.
Yeah.
Super recent.
Well, for me, the old trolls are the ones with a big hammer.
Well, the old trolls would be in metal.
Yes.
Because there were river trolls at the same time as I know the one you're thinking of. The one you're thinking of is the stone troll. Same generation, different troll type. It had 4+ save against magic, as opposed to river trolls that had -1 to hit in hand. For being slippery bastards.
Made a great player for Blood Bowl.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but these orcs on the multi-base are definitely not Games Workshop, I'd say.
No, with the exception of the troll and the individual boar rider, I'm pretty sure all of them come from various places, and I think in most cases they look like they are the Oathmark ones from North Star.
So the boar is definitely Games Workshop, but the orc itself is not. I very much say that. Or he's a victim of very much green stuff, eat stuff.
A Reaper Bone something. To be fair, because it's Reaper Bone, it could be anything. Could be an orc, could be an ogre, could be a troll, could be a human. You pay your money, it takes your chances with some of their naming.
Welcome, Rolf, to our weekly show of insanity.
Nothing insane about it.
But yeah,
say that, and I'll send the guys around. They're super soakers.
I'll do that. I will gladly.
You'll be damp. Them. You'll be as damp as a Chinaman. Have you seen? They've been rounding up anybody in Shanghai with the slightest thing of COVID, putting them in a forced camp, hosing their house down, literally hosing the house down with disinfectant, and then returning them to a soaking house.
Yeah, and while they're at it, they're also killing off their pets.
Oh, I didn't see the pet one. I did see one of the guys in the fucking hazmat suit walk up to a chicken, holding one of the loudspeakers that was beaming the stay indoors repeated message. I just stood there holding it in front of the chicken's stupid chicken face, as if that was going to now go, oh, it's a fair cop, you've got me, and return inside, as opposed to walking the street. I'm fairly certain it doesn't apply to chickens.
Yeah, also,
Most animals in poultry, just go fuck you.
also I think chickens don't care. Oh,
Very
Ralph,
much so.
I'm feeling sad for, on top of everything else, just now also handling with COVID. It's, well, I was almost tempted to say it couldn't get worse, but let's not jinx it.
Never know your luck.
Just stay safe. Try not to infect your spouse. And
If it looks like somebody's going to send you off to some sort of camp while they hose your house down with TCP, probably fight against that, I would assume. A TCP-soaked mattress is not a place to sleep on.
Let's go to the next project for more and happier thoughts. Oh, almost forgot. I forgot. I need. Where's my text?
Where's your text?
I forgot my lines.
You smell different when you're awake, he said.
What movie was that again?
It's no movie. It's just something I like to say to people, just to creep them the fuck out.
Sounds like something from a movie, almost on the same level as it will put the lotion on. It gets the hose again.
It puts the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
Yeah, that's the one.
Puts the lotion in the basket. It's a way of doing it, certainly. But no.
So,
no.
Orinoco's occasional Forge Fathers project.
Sniffing people, that's all about me. That's all for me.
Have we been here before?
Oh, yeah. When he was painting some stuff a while ago. Now he's painted some more stuff. There are many pictures of stuff what he has painted.
People painting stuff, that's a weird hobby.
I know, it's fucked up. It'll never catch on.
Yeah, I very much liked your idea of 50 Shades of Grey.
It's the way to go.
Why do these look like they're dancing in formation?
It's because he's decided to have them all running forward for some reason.
Dancing.
Doesn't have to, but he's choose to. Yeah, Green
That's
Dwarves.
a lot of space dwarves.
That's the way to do it. Military green. It's good times. Oh, it's sad to hear, Crispin. Isn't it bad when a pandemic like this gets in the way of, a pastime?
Smelling chairs after people left. Interesting hobby.
Oh, it's good times. Good times. It's like I seen a video of some of those, what you call those terrible bastards. Children.
Watch goblins.
Yeah, that type of thing. Some of these TikTok-y type things. And they were going at it hammer and tongs in public, making out in a restaurant or something for one of their TikToks. This old black guy just comes over to them and goes, "So what? Should I just whip my cock out, jerk away?" I was going, "You are a fucking legend, mate," because that has seriously fucked their video up and completely put them off the tonsil hockey that they were engaged in. I get some action here if I just whip it out, can I? I fucking love you.
Oh god. Makes you wonder, was that a genuine impulse he would have had, or just something to make them uncomfortable?
He was old enough that you couldn't tell if he was slurring his words because he'd been drinking, or if he's just like wearing a pair of dentures or something. So so it could go either way. But regardless, whether it was deliberate to annoy them or genuine because he's just the real pervert, either is good, either is excellent. I'm 100% on board with both. True.
Yeah, that's
very true.
I think that's if people start doing these social media attention grabbing stuff in your space where you try to relax, that's the only possible way to get rid of those.
Yeah, that would set them on fire. Either is equally acceptable. And remember, it's not terrorism. It's just a communal garden attack.
Yeah, but then you would have to use a gun that is registered to you.
I don't even need to use a
Don't
gun.
use unregistered. Unregistered. Oh God! Somebody please shoot me.
English is hard, isn't it?
English is worse, especially if you're trying not to cough yourself to death.
Well, I don't do that either.
No, I don't think that would be a pretty sight.
But I have to say, I really like the green and purple, or the green and violet. I
Yeah,
like
it's
lavender. It's a nice color combination. And if I wasn't so mad keen on just following the studio box art one from Mantic, that sort of taupe color brown and orange, I'd probably just steal that as an idea for mine.
Yeah, and
I don't think I'll do either, though. I think I'll just leave them, not prime them or anything.
the interesting thing is, it's a very simple color scheme in itself, but his execution is so well done, even with all the object source lighting around the eyes and every little bob that is emanating violet light.
And you know they're called Bob?
Because the beards.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. But yeah, it's the consistency. What was it somebody was telling me the other day? It may have been Soup, actually, so I probably shouldn't listen to him. He's a terrible bastard. But it was, don't attempt to paint. Oh.
Don't attempt to paint?
No, I just noticed it knocked a brush off where it was. I don't want to damage it. Don't attempt to paint 10, 20, 30, 40 things at once. It'll just put you off. Just sit down, just fucking paint one model. Just, if you're doing one model a night, you do a squad in a week. As opposed to my current state of play, which is attempt to do 40 men, or then can't be arsed. I then go, oh, what do you mean? We've got to film something. And then hammer them out in 2 nights when they're asleep. It's a bad state of affairs. But I think that's it. You just, small bite-sized chunks, like
skirmishing size?
Like the Forge Fathers here, just slowly work your way through it.
Duck the fuck, welcome to our little part of the internet. So Dutch is saying German is harder to learn than English. Well,
right.
Potentially, yes. I think the only one actually in the position of determining which language is harder to learn is you, as you have learned German and are now learning Danish.
Who's that?
What didn't you do?
Dutch? What?
No, Dutch in chat says learning German is hard, but I think
there's 116 irregular verbs in German, isn't there? If memory serves.
Never counted them.
Which we had to learn by. I fucking did, because we had to learn them by rote, and it was very annoying. English, on the other hand, has every verb can be irregular, as far as I can see. Sometimes, depending on how they're feeling.
But how does it compare to learning Danish?
Swedish.
Swedish. All the same to me.
Yeah, they're not a million miles away, I have to say. I don't know. I've not hit a particularly bad rake of irregular verbs yet, but the sentence structure compared to German follows a very similar sentence structure to English, so it's not as difficult to get your head round. Scandinavian words appear in weird orders, and it fries my fucking mind. And I still can't get round G as a letter. There doesn't appear to be any rhyme or reason as to when it's pronounced as a J and when it's pronounced as a Y. It's fucking irritating. At least with German, it's relatively straightforward. There's not a huge amount in the way of silent letters and letter combinations that are pronounced differently in this different words, even though they're spelled the same and shit like that.
Have the sentences they chose to teach you improved, or is it still all centered around dying and being notified of somebody else's death?
Taught me the important line, the white powder, the other night. So.
Don't do drugs?
Drugs
Drugs are bad, okay?
Drugs are bad. Oh, did we discuss the enemy of my uncle?
I don't think so.
Oh, right. It went off on one about my uncle is having dinner with my enemy. And then it was like, and then after that was, I was eating lunch last Thursday with my lawyer. So it just sounds like an alibi. And then start going off on one about the Russians are not your friends. I'm going, this is all getting very nailed on for this exact moment in time. So
How did I end up here?
I just think it knows what the score is in the world. It's
Oh.
going, now you need to know they are not our friends. The Russians are at the border.
Oh god. I think that would kill me. As laughing now obviously does. So up to the next project, please. No cows. Still no cows on Night Runner's tiny little elves.
Yes, but it's very
Artillery.
cleverly converted his tiny little 10mm elves into tiny little 10mm elves in cloaks and skirmishing to use them Shadow Warriors. Because
So he built those cloaks
Mental.
himself?
Yep. Mental.
Why would anybody inflict that kind of pain on oneself?
Maybe, I don't know, maybe whoever normally steps on his spuds is currently in quarantine for 10 days and had to find another way of doing it. The mistress cannot see you right now due to COVID.
She has a zero COVID procedure.
Please find another way to torment yourself. Ba, ba, ba. I've
I
got
can't
plans.
imagine how fiddly that is. How much green stuff you need to roll very, very thinly.
I mean, the green stuff isn't the worst in the world, but there was ropes done with like thin gauge wire, so you see the ropes have been added to them as well around their hips, so that they've got repelling ropes for when they decide to shadow warrior off somewhere or hang traps or something. You know, they're not on there. You can see it on the big guy with the bow on his left, firing it like a gangster. Yeah, just all of it is just, I mean, you know.
That's insane.
Yeah, oh, very much so. Very much so. There should be just one big picture of just of that one.
This one here on...
Mm.
I mean, if you hadn't told me about the clothes he made,
Oh, you'd have looked at it and went, well, that's just a regular model, isn't it?
Yeah,
He's
cute
bought a bunch
little
of
model.
little Shadow Warrior type things,
And
yeah.
Even though I've looked at the project earlier and seen his little picture of how he cut what, I didn't realize that there's bits missing or added.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Helmets trimmed down, hoods put on, masks added, which is very important in this day and age to add some masks. Chelsea are one back, by the way, folks, for people playing along at home.
I think the only way he could make this even worse for himself were if he were to add string to the bows.
Yeah, well, you know, probably used up all his string making the tiny ropes for around their waists. So that'll have to come next time.
Yeah, this is
Oh, batch it. I thought the wind-based elemental carrying Teskless was good, and then all of a sudden he just decided, you know what, I'm going to up this with these mad dog bastards.
You think there will be any even more one-ups to this?
I hope so. I mean, not sure what's going to come next. I'm trying to think what he could possibly do. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, yeah,
There are spearmen. They're done. He's got Phoenix Guard. That's fine. He's added White Lions, and White Lions didn't exist. That's so he had to go find those from some fucking random company.
Maybe some dragon.
You know, dragon's a bit too easy. It's relatively large. It's got to be something ridiculously small. Yeah, just time will tell.
Do elves have anything that's smaller than your regular infantry?
No, but but he just needs to do something else to regular infantry. I suppose there's always the handmaidens of the Everqueen, because they never made any of those. So that would require him to get those spearmen and then convert them all into women wearing some sort of puffy shirts and light armor. Yeah, so just start converting some. We'll wait for that one, Night Runner. We'll just go ahead. We'll sit here and just wait. Do that. You'll be hoping your mistress is back to step on your spud soon.
And we welcome James Cutts to chat and go on to the next project, which is a rather chunky project.
Very much so, Jam. Very much so. Yeah, we don't have Soup in the chat. I imagine he's sitting screaming at the TV. I don't know if he's a Chelsea fan or not. I imagine he's not. Never struck me as such. But it's been pushed back up into my feed because I believe he's hit complete on this one.
Yeah, it says complete, and the first entry is from 2018.
Yeah, the most recent entry is still from several years ago, but it had been somewhat buried forever and a day for me. So I don't think I've seen this since 2018 or 2019. So really, it's not his most recent. As you can see, as you go through, people are just on black backgrounds. What? They all haven't got bespoke fucking light boxes that have been crafted specifically for the model in particular. What sort of a cheap ass fucking project is this? But what it does do is show off a fairly fucking stonking selection of Infinity from across the various factions.
Yeah, I just took a peek over to the scroll bar on the browser, and we're about a sixth down the project.
Yeah.
So this is a lot of stuff. Maybe we'll just go and jump ahead. Let's see. Vomit-inducing scrolling. Oh, that's the last one on this page. Oh,
Yep.
He makes his spaces himself. Oh, we have been here. Oh, see?
Oh, well, there you go then. So maybe there is something lurking. In which case the project system is freaking me out because it's not giving me additional things to go to.
It doesn't?
But no, but I'm not about to hit refresh because it will just kill it stone dead. But anyway, there is a comprehensive, shall we say, look at the Infinity.
Yeah, over a course of at least 2 years, there's a lot to see, and maybe even compare to others people's work.
If you can find some.
You think nobody else did Infinity?
Oh, I don't think so. I think it's just Soup. That's it.
So Rumbly is buying all the Bot War, Soap is doing all the Infinity, and
pretty much.
Panzer is doing all the Baron's War.
That makes sense.
Yeah, sounds correct to me.
Oh, I think so.
No, I'm pretty sure you're correct on this, Doug. They were new and shiny, and then you painted them, and now they're not so new.
Sign of the times, I feel. Sign of the times.
Oh, nice song by Prince, I think.
What's that?
Sign of the Times.
Yeah, I don't listen to Mormons. He's dead now anyway, so, that's okay.
Well, have you seen they have found some child footage of him in some odd news center?
Sure they have.
They did some
best not to
interviews on the
explore.
street, and there was little Prince as a 8-year-old in the background screaming something.
He was exactly the same height.
Yes.
Same height then as when he died.
Yeah, this is a fuck ton of...
Ah, there is extra stuff there. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the project system is struggling.
Yeah, I'm not hitting refresh. I've only got one page, which is why I thought this was separate from the other one that we've been visiting, because this is all older stuff that I hadn't seen since fucking forever.
Yeah.
And then there was a big gap because I hadn't seen any of the 2019 stuff. In which case, be lucky. if you want to see more of it. I do like the dog soldiers. I've got them. I've got that set. I should do something with that set. I'm not going to do anything with that set. It's got Matthew McConaughey in it from his Reign of Fire film where he played a dwarf berserker.
But he wasn't really a dwarf.
No. Did jump out of a plane, or sorry, helicopter at a dragon with an axe. So
Yeah, I seem to remember that movie.
yeah. So very much channeling a dwarf berserker.
Yeah. So what's after this very impressive Infinity project?
I thought we would have a look at a equally impressive but relatively smaller plot action project.
Harry 7-Eleven.
Yes. All the butt plugs.
All the time.
One careful odor. Slightly soiled. Is that how you're selling them, Crispin?
Anal relaxant.
So, had been starting to work on the infantry. Last time we were here, which was Rising Sun, Japanese, and a bar whore. However, a whole host of support weapons have been rolled out for the Marines. Look at them.
With their
Pink.
sky-clad armor, excuse me.
I was going to say lobstered. Big seller in Japan. It's like used panties, Crispin. Remember a friend of mine when she was at university was telling me, you know, the market for worn panties is huge. Just wear them for a day, then stick them in a resealable bag and send them on their way.
You know,
No, she said that, but nobody ever bought any of mine.
But maybe you should have sold them via her.
Nobody wanted big hoodie boxer shorts, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, this is... Oh, God.
Yes?
A very comprehensive list
Bar whore.
of... What?
Sorry, I just said the bar whore again.
Bar whore? Oh, she a bar man.
Yeah, anybody carrying a bar is a bar whore. That is how that goes. I've played enough Battlefield 1942 to know that.
And I thought it has something to do with a bar where you can order a drink.
No.
Oh.
Solely down to bar whores, players who fucked around the place with bars, which were ridiculous weapons, while everybody else is getting a shot off at a time and then having to rack a new one in there. Those pricks running around the maps, turn a corner and just get blap, 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 blap into you. Fuckers.
A bit overpowered, it feels.
Oh, ridiculous. They may as well have just have changed their name to XXX Cat XXX. Just so we all knew.
Beyonce bathwater by the quart. No, I think that was a different person who sold her bathwater. I think that was some weird twitchy girly thingamajig. I need to ask Justin. I'm pretty sure he knows.
He's bought some, probably. He makes his homeopathic remedies from it.
Oh, I've read a nice little joke lately. There was a woman who believes in homeopathic complaining that she tries to poison her husband and he just doesn't die. Because she's using homeopathic doses.
I'm with you, it's just not funny.
I found it hilarious. But then again, I read that one when I was bedridden, so...
That's, yeah, clearly feverish.
Fever gives you a very weird sense of humor. Oh yeah, the woman that sold her farts in bottles and then had to be taken to the hospital because some kind of constipation made her almost die.
Delightful.
You can't make shit up like that.
Yeah, apparently you can May not be able to make it up, but you can sell it.
That's true. And the worst part is people are buying it.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
So after we've been in the Pacific, do we go to Japan?
Yeah, all the way. All the way to Japan.
Scripps is doing Steel Fist Samurai.
It's the only way they'll stop, you know.
I think we have been here, have we?
Yes. But not with these people, with their delightful Yaris poking people with sticks.
Oh yeah, they're the horse archers. In
Thick.
February.
Fuck. Fuck you, Twitch. Prick bastard. These are the ones I'll probably end up buying for Clash of Katanas. I really like the Steel Fist range. It's very nice and also very metal.
Metal as in spiritually or the material used for
Oh, no, the material.
Okay.
Look at them with their lovely metalness.
They do really look nice. Though I wonder if maybe they would look even a bit nicer if the flags would have some kind of signage, some transfers.
That's because he hasn't decided what way he's going to go yet.
Oh, so he's going
once he
French.
decides on the clan, they'll be painted in. So right now they're just currently French samurai because they surrender. White flag.
I see. I have a bad influence on you.
Do you though? Oh no, poor Liam. As the big man said in A Million Ways to Die the West, someone's going to get fucking killed.
Happens.
And in this case, it was him.
I think Liam Neeson is one of those characters who try to get to the same kill numbers as what's his face? The dude that always dies, except for Big Sharp.
Oh right, Sean Bean.
Sean Bean, yes.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure there's a kill list of sorts where actors have a reference to how often did my character die.
It's an interesting question, though. But you have to remember, Liam started much later than Sean when it came to being offed. Liam was a theatre actor and did, clever things.
Didn't he die on stage as well? I think at the theatre there's also deaths.
Yeah, occasionally. Depends on the play. But he didn't start doing action movies and shit like that really until he was in his 50s. He'd retired at one point. He then had to get back.
And he died in Star Wars.
He did die in Star Wars. But then, but that is literally, that's when he started it, in the 50s. Didn't die in Schindler's List. Managed to get out of that one. Not many Germans dodged that bullet.
That's a very precise analysis of that movie.
We're all just there to watch Ralph Fiennes on his balcony with his gun. Look at that. Stretching.
That's a movie that's still unsettling. And I can't really put my finger on
Who,
it.
Liam? Yeah, he's height. I thought you said, isn't he like 65? I'm pretty sure he is about 65 though. But yeah, he's the same height as me, I think. So around that neck of the woods.
And he will find you and he will kill you or something.
No, I'll go you one better. Born in 52. The fucker's 70 this year.
Oh god.
So yeah, he's both 6'5" and over 65. It's a shocking state of affairs. It's got to the point where he's doing that kind of he's not quite the Steven Seagal level, but he's not a million miles off it. Where he is too old to do action movies. But at least it's not as bad as Steven Seagal's stuff.
Like oh god, my name list is completely empty. Christopher Lee in Star Wars having to do the saber battles with doubles.
Yeah. Well, it could be worse. At least they got doubles in for Chris to do his saber battle with Yoda and other people. Unlike when they just let Ian McDermott actually do it, because they had a guy in makeup ready, actor, to do an elaborate sword fight in the Senate against Mace Windu, Kit Fisto, and the other fuckwits who went to stop him. And then at the last minute, George went, you know what, it'd be better if we just had Ian do it. You're like, really? He's so fucking old. All he's going to do is pull weird faces and jab forward. Then that's it.
And go, "Arr!"
At no point will we get to see an actual lightsaber fight. We're all waiting to see Kit Fisto be a badass motherfucker.
Welcome, Buggeroff. Watch me die on stream. God.
That's what we're aiming for.
So the next project then, please. Uruk-hai
Yes.
by Mr. Dean Stockwell.
Oh,
He's made a vampire.
Dean Stockwell.
Yeah, that's the name that always comes to mind when I read Dean Stockwell.
Yep. Well, you know, that makes sense. Is it because you're a massive fan of Quantum Leap?
Oh, I love that show.
His
His weird glowing calculator thingamajig.
Siggy says you have a 92.3% chance of getting out of here
Alive.
if you blow that goat. I can't believe you did that, Sam. We all had a bet that you wouldn't.
Or what was that one episode where he stares into the void going, am I retarded? And then looks into the mirror.
Oh, yeah, when his brother was a dock worker.
I think so, yeah. It's been ages since I've seen that.
That was a good one. They discuss microwaves and that, and everybody looks at him funny for having said, why not just microwave the food? And everybody's going, oh, as if microwave's exciting and futuristic. The microwave was invented in like the 40s or earlier. It's been around for fucking ages. Anyway. That's very true. And every week it's exactly 27.4% chance comes up. But some weird wacky stuff here for the mostly Kings of War Army for the Uruk-hai. Oh, by the way, there is a competition. If anybody can work out where that first model came from.
What model? This.
Agador Spartacus. It looks so hauntingly familiar, but I think that might be the head. It's throwing me off.
The paint job on the face.
Yeah, you know, somebody out there is bound to know what the fuck it is, where it's from, what it's doing with its life.
Usually that's your job.
Yeah, normally it is. It's familiar, but I can't place it. The sword is a spare from his plastic kit of his soldiers. So he's just glued on there, so fuck only
The head
knows.
looks like something from the Lord of the Rings line.
Yeah, it has that kind of feel.
Maybe that's not one model, but a complete kit bash, and that's why you can't make heads nor tail of it.
No, but he does ask, or say rather, points to those who knows what the base model was. So there you go. If you know the answer, you can stick it in there and then demand your internet points.
Internet points are not real points. Can't be traded in for anything. Almost as valuable as NFTs.
Very much. Look, it's that ziggurat chucking dragon's teeth bastard from who do it? Core of the Red King. Listen, if you too can get skeletons when you sew dragon's teeth.
I only remember the scene from that ancient movie, Jason and the Argonauts.
That's where he comes from. That's what the model's based on.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh.
Hence his bucket of dragon's teeth. Kohan the Barbarian once said, well, why do you get skeletons then? If you sewed dragon's teeth, you should have got dragons. What does it say on the box?
That's one of the things I love on Pritchard's Discworld. He's very...
It's good, isn't it? Bugger off.
Pointing out the very
DLA.
obvious.
It's a eclectic mix of stuff, isn't it, for that army? I mean, you're left looking at it going, what in the wide world of sports is happening here?
Oh, we weren't talking about Discworld. He has a Rincewind.
He does have a Rincewind and
And
luggage.
a librarian and a... what's it called in English again?
Luggage.
Luggage. That's an assortment of wizards.
It's a lot of wizards. But depending on what he's planning on doing, because obviously he could play Oldhammer with it as well, which means having multiple wizards like that. If he's going to play like light wizard, they required disciples pyramided up behind them to actually generate their magic level. You need fuckloads of wizards.
There's even more Discworld. There's Carrot and Vimes and Nobby
Colon and
Knobs.
Nobby. Yep. And I mean, those, I've got them there, so I know just how fucking big they are in comparison to the other models. If that camera was at eye level, they would just tower over everybody. Even Nobby is probably taller than most of the fucking fighters in there.
Yeah, he's a bit more on the chunky side. But then again, the Night Watch in Ankh-Morpork only gets the best food.
Well, that is true. Well, whatever they can find.
Unless somebody decides again to grub the tea kettle.
Oh, it would be like killing an old friend. An old friend.
It's these little things in Terry's work that never fail to amuse me.
If you scroll down a bit further, you see some interesting things beyond the the Empire. Oh, you're still stuck in the Empire. A Congress of Wizard. It's not called something else.
Isengard Stargate.
That's the one. It's a Congress of Baboons. Or no, Congress of Gorillas. Some sort of monkeys. A collective of wizards is named by Pratchett in one of the books. I think it's an argument.
Yeah, I think as well. Conjuries of wizards.
All I can think of is a flange of gorillas. Flange. Oh, look, and he has some of those lovely Stargate miniatures that company did before people discovered that they were doing Stargate miniatures and made them stop.
Why would they?
They weren't official.
People are terrible. Did we mention that?
Oh yeah, people are the worst. Just terrible, terrible bastards.
Oh, this one's for you, he says.
Yes. Look, Timberley, we're famous.
Huzza, we're famous.
Not like those other terrible cats.
Who are
aren't famous.
only having more subscribers but are not as famous. These look nice.
Oh, they have more survivors. What? Yeah.
Yes, more survivors also. In case of flooding.
Yep. Yep. Worked it out. Never mind. I figured it out.
Oh, 2 big pictures. It'll take ages.
Murder of Karens. Oh. An argument of Karens. An aggravation of Karens.
The over-Karen.
Like an aggravation of Karens.
I wonder what happens when a Karen becomes the manager. Does she implode on herself?
I imagine it's like an oxymoron, like military intelligence. You just can't get those things. But look at it. Look at them. Sexy fun times. I want to play Kings of War now.
Pucks.
He's got dwarves.
Pucks and elves and a Gandalf sort-looking figure.
Yes, that is Gandalf.
Oh, and speaking of, which reminds me of the latest Kickstarter that has closed by Oakbound Studios.
The leprechauns.
Yeah. This is going to be delayed a bit because some sodding bastard stole metal from his porch.
No, he posted about that, I want to say today, saying he's got it.
Oh,
Maybe it was last night.
because he was a bit annoyed when the campaign ended that a shipment of resin miniatures arrived broken, books were delayed, and somebody's at that time he said stole the metal for casting from his porch. So I guess that's happy news then.
Could be.
But I
Maybe
wonder
that's-
who the hell would be able to steal thousands of pounds worth of metal just by walking by. I guess that would be a bit
You know?
heavy. Maybe potentially.
Yeah, it was yesterday morning. Not stolen. The lead has arrived.
Oh,
So,
all is good then, especially with prices these days.
well, you have to. I don't know if you have it in Tiskland, but there was a spate where people were selling scrap metal, and they were getting it wherever they could, up to and including cutting through power lines with bolt cutters, so they could get the copper wiring out of it. So they would go to a transformer substation and then just cut the wire.
Yeah, we had some similar problems, but the thieves tend to stick to
Things
Yep.
that are less likely to kill you.
to building areas where people were just setting up new homes and houses
Oh.
and just going in and stealing all the copper for heating.
That makes a lot more sense and would probably be a lot more conducive to not being exploded.
Or burned
But
to a
no, they were
crisp.
quite content to just cut copper wire straight out of the power transformer for giggly shits.
Yeah, just touch it and everybody else will be happy for not having power anymore.
It's a brave new world. Makes like stealing lead off the roof of a church seem like a much more mediocre affair. But anyway,
I really like to show the world the other pictures, but the project system isn't not having it.
weirdly, it's opening for me. So once
Yeah,
again,
you always said that, but never.
I think it's your interweb. I mean, it's just opened.
You always
So-
say that, but you
quickly.
never prove it.
I don't have to prove it. It's up to you to disprove it.
No, it's not.
Can other people open the pictures okay without them stopping halfway down like Tim? I just want to,
And don't
asking
be
for a
lying.
friend.
Lying is naughty, okay?
Just checking.
Oh, Judge, that's the proper way to check if a wire is live. Just
Always lick it.
give it a small nibble.
Just lick your fingers and then touch the end. You could use one of those, light up screwdrivers, but I mean, who can be arsed with that?
Yeah, also you always forget those, and then you need to make do with what you have, and that's your fingers and some spit.
Yep.
So after complaining and ranting, the pictures have finally loaded.
Yeah,
and
everybody says the pictures are loading fine for them.
I love
You just
what
need
I
to
see.
pedal faster.
In the not too distant future, I actually may do that and get myself something to work out while I'm surfing. So only Netflix while I'm cycling.
Bizarre.
Yes.
I'm saying nothing.
Oh, lovely tattoos on these fleshy guys.
Yes, dwarfs.
But are they dwarves?
Oh, fuck yeah. Not really, yeah, but fuck yeah.
They look so big.
Only because your picture is very close. In fact, they're very, very small. I've got 90 of them in that box there, but I can't be arsed travelling the 2 meters to get them. Height and distance. What can I say? I'm not doing it. You can't make me do it. Fuck you.
You're so rude.
Yep.
So what's next on the docket?
After the delight that is all the lovely Kings of Warness, I thought we'd have a look at some,
Tension.
yeah, Napoleonics. So,
That's a lot of stuff he painted.
he's got all Santa Anna with his Mexicans for the Alamo, which we should remember for some reason.
But I can't remember what.
I remember that John Wayne's a shit actor. That's what I remember about the Alamo. Does that count?
I guess.
I think it probably does. But yeah, this is a little update. We've already had the first Mexican regiment done and dusted previously, so now we've got some light infantry for his...
And some artillery.
I want to say Cazador, but I'm almost certain that it's not pronounced like that. It's probably pronounced Jimenez. And yes, artillery as well, because sometimes you need to bring the walls down on a mission in New Mexico for reasons. In which case, pew pew.
Today I watched some weird clip of
everything, James.
of the internet where a some weird American talk show host made a poor woman pronunciate Irish names.
Yeah, that's Saoirse Ronan. She was on Late Night with
Jimmy Kimmel?
No, Stephen Colbert.
And I've got to say, I wouldn't have gotten one right. It's amazing. You see the letters and you have a certain sound in your head, and it's nothing like that.
Yep.
It's almost like when people from Turkey or Poland try to make you write down their names, and you just... How do I spell this?
It's like Pretzel Twinkie.
Road Wobbler Mangrove.
Well, Pretzel Twinkie from Mastercrafted Gaming. He was across in Europe for a Kings of War Masters for the first time. I think it was the first time in Europe, and he met some Polish people, and they were going, "That's not how you pronounce your surname." I go, "No, that may not be how you pronounce it, but I'm American, and this is how we pronounce it." So it's Prelinsky, I think is what it gets called, which is you just pronounce all the letters as you would if they were in English, and they were telling him it's not. It's pronounced like this. Go, no, you could say it. Doesn't make it happen.
Something like plunge. Yeah, names are a funny thing at times. Oh God. I think I'm going to lose my voice.
Poor Doug.
What did he do?
When John Wayne died in the Alamo back in the 1800s, but he'd survived Iwo Jima like 90 years later. It's very confusing.
Yeah, I can get behind that concept.
There used to be there was this guy. He worked part-time on a 0 hours contract for GW Belfast, but that was mostly because he just wanted the staff discount, and then he would help out by doing things. You know, if there was something on somewhere, he'd transport all the shit around and do that sort of thing. He was a really, really big John Wayne fan, like fucking massive, and he used to get really annoyed whenever I was going, but he was a coward. No, he wasn't a coward. But he was a coward, really. He didn't go fight World War II. Come on, they knew how much of a loss it would be if anything happened to him. Going, Humphrey Bogart, he went and fought.
Elvis Presley did.
Yeah. Fucking Cooper, they all went and fight, except the coward John Wayne. It's like, oh, come on. John Wayne was the best. Go, no, he wasn't. Right-wing coward. Spent all his time telling people to buy guns and then hides whenever there's a war on. Oh, come on. It was fucking great fun. I used to see if I could try and get him to stroke out. Just to get so red-faced trying to argue. Because you didn't need an argument. All you had to go was, but he was a coward, really. We didn't go. Why did you not go, coward?
Also, he throws innocent children into ponds.
Oh no, Gilbert Gottfried has passed away. Who's going to do some of the best ASMR I have ever heard?
Who's Gilbert Gottfried?
He's a comedian. You may know him because he's a face like a bulldog's arsehole. And it's like this. He's the most annoying voice.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I remember that one. At some point, I wonder, do these people still have a normal voice, or are they stuck in their shtick?
That is actually his voice,
Oh
as far
god,
as I'm aware.
terrible.
Who's the other one from Police Academy?
Oh,
You're the one I'm
the
talking about.
lady.
Bobcat Goldthwait.
Oh yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the...
I think he has a regular voice.
Yeah.
That is just a stage persona.
Oh, Police Academy. That's a movie I need to rewatch at times.
Yes, all of them up to and including the second, but then stop then.
Yeah.
Further. There were no more after the
Nope.
second. Oh, it was a fantastic film series consisting of 2 films only.
We don't talk about anything else.
Nope. It was all a dream. A terrible fever dream brought on by COVID, if you think there was anything that went beyond that. But yeah, anyway, back to the delight there. Interesting to see how the Mexicans are shaping up for the Alamo.
Or Mexicans, how Crispin is
Well,
calling them.
we won't find out until they get to fight. So we'll wait for the first battle report. I imagine there's got to be some sort of Alamo-like defenders force to be painted up first. Oh, fuck my hat. I have a sneaking suspicion. Crispin watched it, and yes, he has Tourette's, but he doesn't speak in that high-pitched, squeaky voice normally, because I've heard him being interviewed. So it's not the outbursts he does; it's the pitch of his voice. But yeah, Mary Queen.
So,
I'd seen that when I was a kid because the Mary Queen bit had often got referenced, but I hadn't realised that was the name of it because I hadn't seen it since. But yes, it is a fucking amazing film.
Hope of Greenwich Village. I don't think I've ever heard of that.
It's a delight. It's not as good as the greatest film ever made, but few things are. I mean, what can we say?
Well, then let's venture on to the next project, which is Bob's Battletech.
Bob.
Bob.
And speaking of...
a planet making a battle report.
Yep.
He has been a busy bee on his Battletech project, to say the least.
Yes.
Very extensive.
If you want to think of it as an older version of Bot War, just to, tide you over.
You had to bring that in now, did you?
I didn't have to, but I chose to.
Oh, I hate you.
Join the club. So many more.
Get in line, queue behind.
All of that and more.
Yeah, not only did Bob Cocaine did a stunning job on painting all of his Battletechs, Max, but also making his own 3-dimensional terrain.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in this project, from the terrain to the battle reports to the various lances. And I quite like the fact that you get nice up-close and personal pictures. So you can see them all. Exactly as nature intended. It's missing motion blur, if I'll be honest, but you can't have everything. Some people just don't have the knack of photography that I do.
Well, you could add it. You could just get the pictures and the back end, and then...
I could. I won't. Not entirely certain I could. But,
Well, you could make somebody do it.
Yeah, they won't. They don't get to do it. It's not how this game is played, as the man says. But you get the historical background of the battle in question, and then obviously you need to scroll back and then read up the way. But you also get a blow-by-blow account of what's happening. And I quite like it when you've got a couple of mechs attempting to kick the head off one on the ground. Yeah.
or if death from above goes horribly wrong.
DFA.
And I really like the way he painted all his Macs. It's an interesting paint scheme.
Depends. That's just that Lance, and I think all of them are based on specific, because I've seen things like the Ghost Bears and stuff pop in there, so they're historically accurate color schemes for those lances.
Yeah, he made sure that those the reference material is on point.
Mm.
Which I personally find hard to do, as Battletech has a history of changing bits here and there and every now and again.
Do that? I don't think.
Well, the models at least. And if
The models, yeah.
If you see a version of a Mac,
that's only because not all the Macs are owned by the same company. So
yeah, that's also
different companies produce them at different times.
And as a what's his name again? ADHD Gaming has shown in his reviews of the different ways the Macs have been portrayed over the last 30 odd years.
I don't think any of the illustrations have changed massively.
Oh, they have.
Have they? I'd have to look, and I don't care.
The thing is, they started out more as technical sketches, if anything. At some point, they went more or less like blueprints, and then Catalyst Games took those, mashed them together, right, and made completely new.
I don't pay attention to anything Catalyst Games have done. My friends played the same sort of thing that Bob plays. You know, with books, big fuck off landscapey books with different years numbered on them, and stuff from Ral Partha, or Ironwind in the States. And they're more or less the same shape, style drawing since near dot. And in some cases, new sculpts have come out, very fucking rarely, or other companies do them. But things like that. It's an egg with 2 missile racks and chicken legs on the bottom of it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. He could be way worse off when it comes to reference material. Having the same Mac depicted in different ways just leaves you with a creativity. Yeah, that's been some interesting. So if anybody interested in Battletech, give this one a read and a glance. This is quite a treat for a game that's been running for so fucking long, more or less unchanged.
As nature intended. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Or if it is broke, don't fix it. Just keep releasing new editions over and over while you increase the price. Call it the Games Workshop maneuver.
Seems to be paying off. So the next project would be then by Shingen.
There's a soap. Where were you earlier, soap? We were insulting you. Chelsea are back in it, by the way. It's 2-0 for Chelsea, so 3-3 on aggregate.
All look like Optimus Prime to me. Well, that's a that's a bit of a stretch. I keep forgetting what day it is.
Oh. Right. Is that all the deep fried heroin? Scottish after all. Makes sense.
So Shingen is losing eyesight. Why? What makes him say that?
Masturbation, maybe. That would cause it.
Oh, he's using magnifying glasses and still can't see all the spots.
All right, yeah, that too.
Yeah, maybe go to an optician and have somebody look at your eyes. Then, mate, it's not that hard. Even though the results can be somewhat disheartening. If they say, yeah, that's age for you, you're losing your eyesight. Here's a bigger magnifying glass. Maybe that helps.
You can always get the lasers these days, can't you? Just laser them. All about the lasers.
Not really. They
Say
don't
that, but
work
you
on
can't
everything.
laser everything.
Well,
Lasers.
at some point we might get laser eyes, yeah, to just scan everything. Xeo Drone Red Fury. Who comes up with this name?
I don't know. Somebody Spanish.
But he did a lovely paint job on these. Love the grey gradient.
Yeah. I really like the jungleism on the base, because so often with Infinity, everything has that hyper,
City look.
yeah, super clean, hard sci-fi. And then every now and again, you'll see somebody do, the ice field for Calstrom was a bit, simple and a bit bland in comparison, but that over-the-top jungleism looks fantastic.
He really has a knack for color transitions from green to pink.
Or from pink to green.
Oh,
Discuss.
Let's have a vote on that. No, on second thought, let's not. Yeah, his face.
Please comment below.
His faces really look nice.
Pink. That's how I know. Pink. It's very simple. Is it lilac? No, that's pink.
Magenta, not pink.
Pink. Super pink. All the pink. Pink, pink, pink.
It's some red color of some description. but seriously, if you're having trouble with your eyes, go to your optician. Let them check. The earlier your deficiencies are detected, the more they can help you with that.
Is that another Irish name there, Doug? Classic.
Oops.
Buse.
Fuchsia.
It's just another way of saying pink.
It's like when people start looking at off-whites to paint their walls and go,
Oh,
this is actual white, and this is...
Do I want eggshell or do I want fucking ivory or old toenail?
Or bone color, it's white. Oh, excuse me.
What there?
And I'm not even smoking. Imagine how bad it would be if I had been a heavy smoker.
Imagine if he died live on camera, how many likes this stream would have got. Oh, there'd be nobody to upload it.
Well,
Shame.
there's always something. At least you could watch the VOD on Twitch for the next 14 days. Unless that is Twitch actually gets wind of somebody dying live on stream and taking down the video because they're some kind of cunts.
Oh, I can't imagine to do that. Just tell them you've got your tits out in a hot tub and they'll be fine. They won't even look. It's all fine.
At some point in the future, I actually need to make some kind of video regarding hot tubs.
I should do a hot tub picture for the background. I'll give the LA lads there something to sit in. That'd be good.
sitting in the tub, playing with little rubber duckies.
He's on his last arse, Tuffy. Don't know if he's on his last legs.
The legs have been gone for years now. So, going on to the last project of the day, which is a completely derailing of everything.
Yep.
Because this is Amanda's Adventures on RC. So, for everybody who doesn't know what RC is, that is a little robot from Transformers and also remote controlled.
Yes. What he just said.
So she's plunging herself into a different kind of miniature hobby with a lot of more technical stuff in it than we are expecting, except for things that Blinky did. Oh, speaking of Blinky, he reappeared in the forum, in case you haven't noticed.
I did notice when I was going through Horatio's Christmas gift project for this year.
That is potentially invisible, so nobody can see.
Oh, yeah, it's private, yeah. I've seen it already. Annoyingly, and I'm not entirely certain why he's done this, but for some reason he has redacted all of the pictures that are going to go into it. So I can only assume that one of the members of the team must be going around having a nosy and upsetting people. Don't know why that is, though. How big is it? It's the size of a... Because I imagine these things, when I see something like that, is probably around the sort of 40 to 50 centimeter.
Yeah, I'd say as well, guessing from what we can see. Because if it was much smaller, the gearing wouldn't be that detailed.
Now, I know, because John has talked about this, that the sort of hill climby, stuffy things that they do here, they do like little hill climb competitions for RCs. Is it similar with yourself, or is this just purely for doing donuts and stuff around the garden and for your own amusement? It's not actually competitive. I'm just curious.
And annoy the neighbors. No, this is electrically driven, so this shouldn't be that bad.
It's like Tesla, is that what you're saying?
One of my neighbors has a 2-stroke miniature RC car, and every summer you have 2 or 4 days where he just goes zipping down the street and up again.
There's a man lives down there somewhere, and he has a little petrol RC car that he's, well, I say a car. He may have more than one, I'm not sure, but he doesn't wait for a couple of days during the summer. Fucking all the time. Any weekend where he's got the time, he'll be out zipping around the square or around past the army barracks or just doing donuts. You just hear the little motor going pip, 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 yeah, and then off he goes.
That's the most annoying part, the high-pitched whining. Oh, Amanda, I know it's probably a bit too late now, but you could add Banana Man for scale.
If you'd been paying attention to what she said, you terrible host.
Yes, I am.
Then you'll see that it had been referenced already.
There are pictures with Banana Man. Why didn't I see them yet? Or did I scroll past them?
Because you're just genuinely the worst.
Also, I'm blind as a bat.
Genuinely the worst. Just the worst person. Go right to the bottom and you hit the memes. And the one before you hit the memes, click on the back. There you go. Stop. Need to go up from the memes. Second from the left.
Oh!
There we are. Now we're cooking with classical gas.
Oh, God. Damn you.
Wacky fun. Look, trees in the background. Trees. Baby Jesus.
Happy tree friends?
No, unfortunately not. Don't get many of those these days. My picture's opened already.
Is there a Happy Tree Friend tabletop game? If not, there needs to be one, I think.
Don't believe so.
Oh, and while we were on the subject of big stompy robots, today somebody launched a Kickstarter for a new Robotech Macross fighting game. And
Is that good?
I don't know.
I see Grim said it in the chat as well, but I honestly don't care about Stumpy robots, which is why I never got into Battletech. I leave that to other people in my sphere.
It has a entry pledge for about $52.
Right.
With 4 miniatures or something. And then it goes like a rocket with enormous amounts of miniatures. But what really rings an alarm bell, the one doing the Kickstarter has not backed anything, and it is his first Kickstarter.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say he probably doesn't even own the rights to it. That's probably the best way to do it, isn't it?
Yeah, and a second thing that rang a bell was the prices were described in Hong Kong dollars.
Oh, well, somebody over there probably has laid their hands on some miniatures. Remember the Field Robotech thing? Where was that being produced? Just wondering if it's the company sitting with all the molds going, you know what? Fuck these fuckers. We'll just go ahead and produce them ourselves.
Could very well be.
What about licenses? Who cares? Don't care about licenses. We are, after all, not at home to things like copyright.
Yeah, but Banana Man here actually gives a sense of scale. So this is larger than we think.
Is that still opening that picture?
Yeah.
Fuck me. I thought Ireland was on the arse end of the world when it came to...
Welcome to...
It would literally be faster for you to drive to... Is it Romania or Bulgaria has got the ridiculous fucking internet upload speeds? You could record this whole show and then you could drive back.
If I were to say to you that there are people actually inventing new ways to use certain online cloud services to send faxes, because most German government people still use that as main means of communication.
Sure. To be fair, so does FIFA. If you're trying to transfer a player, it needs to be done by fax. So, which is always delightful. I just love the fact that these multi-billion-pound companies, the Liverpool, United, City, these companies where investors are chucking hundreds of millions a season at the club, and yet they still have one room where a dusty fax machine is switched on twice a year to get it running.
And some poor sod is tasked with watch every paper that comes out here and bring it to me. And don't forget to refill the paper tray.
I don't think it's Latvia, James. I want to say it's Bulgaria. I can't honestly remember, but I don't think it's that high up in the Balkans. I'm fairly certain it's further down, and it's like a country you wouldn't expect to have such a ridiculously fast speed. But I know somebody from Germany there was a new game like Modern Combat type thing had come out, and it was a 60 gig download, and they got a flight to that country, downloaded it, stuck it on a pen drive, and then flew back to Germany, and the one that they'd set going when they left the house still hadn't downloaded.
Yeah, it's depending on where you live in Germany, you're still very much at the rear end of internet. It's welcome.
It's a brave new world, huh?
Yeah, the world won't be divided into poor and rich, but in I have fast internet and you're a poor sod. Usually my internet connection with 100 megabytes per second isn't that shabby. It's just every Tuesday evening.
Tuesday. Do they know what you're up to? Is that what it is? Do you think somebody's monitoring you? Is the FBI? Is it because you keep talking about killing Bill Gates?
You're
gonna have to stop that.
Either that, or my wife is watching too much video.
That would also make sense.
Looking forward to when my daughter's old enough to stay awake later.
Just to distract her. So she can't be.
Going outside, meeting
Yeah.
boys.
All right. I thought you were just saying you just want her to distract your wife so she can't be watching a lot of Netflixy stuff. Just need a lot of VHS. Just get a load of tapes.
I still
Start
have a lot
watching
of
those.
tapes.
There you go then.
If I wanted, I could watch the original Star Trek and Next Generation on VHS.
Cool.
All recorded.
I have my original Star Wars.
Oh,
on VHS
yeah, I've got those as well still.
before they got fucked with.
As some German one said, things weren't always great back in the days, but some things were good, and they would still be good if they would have left their greedy prawns from it. But then again, money.
It's all about the prawns.
Prawns. Crustaceans.
Are you
So-
coming the raw prawn with me?
I don't know how about you, but we have been here now for approximately 30 minutes.
29
Roughly.
minutes. One of this, yeah.
I think I'm going to bed now.
That's probably a good idea. Yeah.
Well, maybe have another Ricola.
Before bed?
Yes.
You'll be hyper.
Why do you grow up and
Hyper, I
get
say.
old?
I don't know.
I could make myself a chocolate cookie if I want. I'm that
No.
grown old.
I got one of these, by the way.
That's a wooden box, and now you're
Yes.
gone.
Of course I'm gone.
You're completely gone.
That's how you know I'm here. It's good, isn't it?
It's a box of invisibility.
Back again.
Ricola. Oh, with a drawing. Nice.
But it's a drawer that
For paintings.
boop. Changed. So it should take 60 odd of my Vallejo paints. So I got 2, which come with some sort of weird magnet stacking system. Crazy Polish and their weird magnet stacking systems. But I've seen this advertised, I'm going, that's really nice because when you pull out the tray, it tilts down. So you're not having to try and reach into the back.
Yeah.
They're all just neatly presented for you. So that's how I'm going to spend the rest of my night, watching the rest of the football, which is now fucking 1-1 in the Bayern game as well. I actually seen them score earlier, but I didn't want to interrupt the flow. So, so that's Madrid, Chelsea, and Bayern and Villarreal, both equal, all square, huh? No away goals in this game.
Well balanced
Extra
as
time.
all things should be.
Yes. What's that from? Lord of the Rings?
No, I think that's some kind of Marvel Avengers stuff.
Oh well, close enough.
Wasn't that the purple guy? Thanos?
Purple man, purple bastard,
Yeah, something.
the one with the ball sack for a chin.
Yes, that one.
That
So-
makes sense.
Everybody in chat, thank you for being here. Thank you, Jerry, for your great knowledge and wisdom. No thanks to my sore throat going haywire on me. We will see you again next week. And you people
Hammer the
still
whiskey
need
down.
to find out when Jerry has his 100th episode.
Da, da, da.
I'm not telling you. Bye.